Look, folks, again, at the outset of this video, I want to be very clear. We condemn all forms of political violence here on the MeidasTouch network. It serves absolutely no role and should have no place in our democracy, in our country, and frankly, in the world. But again, I refuse to be gaslit, and frankly, I take issue with the media's both sidesism. Both sides need to tone the rhetoric down. What we've been talking about here is pro-democracy, peace, and compassion, how we can bring people together. And the MAGA Republicans consistently have been cutting ads and videos and making posts and having these pins with AR-15s and all of these things with very violent rhetoric, with AR-15s, with assault weapons, blowing up people, attacking things. I'll just show you some examples here. The first thing I just want to start with, though, was this is Donald Trump 6 months ago. After a mass shooting at an Iowa school, Donald Trump said, "We have to get over it," is what he said then. Here, play this clip.
It's just horrible to see that happening. That's just horrible. So surprising to see it here. But have to get over it. We have to move forward. We have to move forward.
Hey, now let me show you some of the MAGA Republican ads, though, that have been running over the past election cycle or two. This is from Bob Seska, who's posted these. He's aggregated these. I want to give a hat tip to him for his work, but here's a thread that he put together. So if you're planning your next op-ed and you intend to scold both sides, if you want to both sides the coverage for violent rhetoric, think again and watch the following videos. MAGA Republicans have been producing violent ads targeting both legislation and actual Democrats for years. Let's review. Here's a MAGA Republican candidate, Eric Greitens, who ran for U.S. Senate. Here, play this clip.
I'm Eric Greitens, Navy SEAL, and today we're going rhino hunting. The rhino feeds on corruption and is marked by the stripes of cowardice. Join the MAGA crew. Get a rhino hunting permit. There's no bagging limit, no tagging limit, and it doesn't expire until we save our country.
Here's another ad of Greitens. Play this clip.
We're back. And everybody remembers when we first rolled on the scene. Well, I'm no career politician. I'm a Navy SEAL, and I'll take dead aim at politics as usual. Everyone also remembers that because I fought for you, they came after me. Well, we're back. Wiser, stronger, still fighting. And this time with an army of patriots.
Here is another ad of a MAGA Republican candidate, Jim Lamman, who's shooting Democratic congressional leadership. Play this clip.
It's a DC gang!
It isn't Big Jim Lynn.
We're tired of being pushed around!
And inflation.
And open borders.
And gas prices!
The good people of Arizona have had enough of you. It's time for a showdown. I'm Jim Lamman, and I approve this message.
This is MAGA Republican Senator Rand Paul shooting the tax code. Play the clip.
Good way to blow off some steam before the debate center.
Absolutely.
That's Amy. She's going to move the rifle. Yeah, so if you picked it up, you'd flip it to fire, just like that.
Down is fire. That safety's on.
Yeah.
Safety's off.
So the way it works basically is you shove the magazine in the bottom. It's like a power tool battery.
Okay.
There's nothing in the chamber yet till you charge the charging handle.
Okay.
So you take this, pull it back.
Now we're loaded.
The safety's on right now. It won't fire till you flip it up.
Okay.
This way you can get a kind of feel for everything.
Okay. Safety's
See how you like the dot and everything?
Okay.
Let's take your left hand and put it out here for a little more control.
Okay.
I want you to lean more into it, like more of a forward aggressive stance.
Okay.
Get it on your shoulder. Do you see the red triangle? Right on top of it. Right on the bottom of it. Got the C. All right.
Yeah.
Good.
Here you go.
Awesome. Want to try a really cool little pistol?
All right.
You go ahead and squeeze the trigger. That was right in the middle of the X of the tax in the middle. So you hit the X of the X line.
Okay.
You could say you were planning that because that's a pretty awesome shot.
Senator, why do you want to go shooting today?
Well, it's better than sitting around all day and thinking of what crazy questions I'm going to be asked. I don't have to think about any questions at all. So.
MAGA Republican Senator Joanie Ernst shooting the Affordable Care Act. Play the clip.
She's not your typical candidate. Conservative Joanie Ernst, mom, farm girl, and a lieutenant colonel who carries more than just lipstick in her purse. Joanie Ernst will take aim at wasteful spending, and once she sets her sights on Obamacare, Joanie's gonna unload. Oh, and one more thing. Joanie doesn't miss much.
Give me a shot. I'm Joanie Ernst, and I approve this message.
Here is MAGA Republican Will Brook shooting the Affordable Care Act. Play the clip.
This is Will Brook. We're down here to have a little fun today and talk about two serious subjects. The Second Amendment and see how much damage we can do to this copy of Obamacare. Well, we had some fun and knocked some holes in it, but we didn't quite get the job done. Looks like we'll have to resort to more extreme measures to get rid of Obamacare and replace it with a market-based solution.
Here is MAGA Republican Marjorie Taylor Greene shooting and exploding a Prius labeled socialism. Play the clip.
Nancy Pelosi is sneaking the Green New Deal into the $3.5 trillion budget. And in 2022, I'm going to blow away the Democrat socialist agenda. Go to the website below and sign up to win my .50 caliber.
Yes, and there's more. Here is the governor of Georgia, Brian Kemp, blowing up spending and ripping up regulations with a chainsaw, using a pickup truck to round up illegals. And of course, he had to cock his gun in there too. Play the clip.
I'm Brian Kemp. I'm so conservative. I blow up government spending. I own guns that no one's taking away. My chainsaw's ready to rip up some regulations. I got a big truck, just in case I need to round up criminal illegals and take them home myself. Yep, I just said that. I'm Brian Kemp. If you want a politically incorrect conservative, that's me.
Here is MAGA Republican Paul Brown describing his AR-15 as a liberty machine. Play this clip.
In uncertain times like these, the right to defend yourself, your property, and your family could not be more important. Whether it's looting hordes from Atlanta or a tyrannical government from Washington, there are few better liberty machines than an AR-15. You see, Marxists know that Americans will never submit to socialism and place government on the throne of our hearts without a big fight. Well, I'm just not feeling like giving up my guns to the government. But I've decided to give away an AR-15 to one lucky person who signs up for email updates from paulbrown.com.
Now remember, you must be at least 17 years old to enter. God bless America.
Here's MAGA Republican Jerome Davidson portraying Democrats as KKK members and shooting them off camera. Play the clip.
Democrats like to say that no one needs an AR-15 for self-defense, that no one could possibly need all 30 rounds. But when this rifle is the only thing standing between your family and a dozen angry Democrats in Klan hoods, you just might need that semi-automatic and all 30 rounds.
Here's MAGA Republican Mike Collins shooting a ballot box. Play this clip.
Hey, Mike Collins here, you pro-Trump America First trucker, running for Congress here in Georgia 10. Well, I understand Joe Biden was in town yesterday to talk about our elections. It seems that he and Kamala Harris called anyone who disagreed with the federal hijacking of this election a racist. Well, Joe, I got some news for you. Let me tell you what Georgians really believe. First of all, you count the legal votes that were cast in the state of Georgia, Donald Trump won this state, period. Number two, get rid of those voting machines. Go back to paper ballots once and for all. Number three, get rid of those ridiculous drop boxes across this state that the Democrats use to stuff the ballots and steal our elections. Number four, let's go to national forensic audits in every election cycle across this country. As a matter of fact, it's one of the first bills I'll introduce when I get to Washington. You see, Georgians are sick and tired of weak-kneed, spineless politicians who won't fight for Trump, get to the bottom of 2020, and fix our elections. Well, if they won't do it, Mike Collins will. Send me to Washington. I'll fix this election. I'll get to the bottom of 2020, and I will fight for Trump's America First agenda.
Here's what Donald Trump said about Nancy Pelosi when she was the victim, her husband was the victim of an attempted murder and he got seriously injured. Here, play this clip.
We had no terror during my administration. The only terror we had was Nancy Pelosi, who's a crazed lunatic. She's a lunatic. She is a crazed lunatic. What the hell was going on with her husband? Let's not ask. Let's not ask. I'll withdraw that statement. By the way, she's got a wall around her house. Obviously, in that case, it didn't work very well, did it? It didn't work.
So that's the rhetoric here. Also at these MAGA events, sometimes they bring with them these President Joe Biden mannequins, and then they hit him. Here, play this clip. So again, as we learn more details about the shooter, 20-year-old white male Republican, described as a loner, The more information that comes out, described themselves as conservative, wearing the Second Amendment paraphernalia. We're getting more data on this on this Republican white male 20-year-old who was the shooter in Butler, Pennsylvania. But again, I want to be very clear when I show you all of that, the issues here. I want to show you, Democrats aren't cutting ads like that, okay? I just want to show you so you can see it for yourself. Anyway, hit subscribe. Let's get to 3 million subscribers together. Thanks for watching.
Hey Meidas Mighty, love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.